Readers and viewers of Embassy Direct, today we are very honored to be sitting down with His Excellency Bene M'poko, the Ambassador of the Democratic Republic of Congo to South Africa. Hello, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's a pleasure.
So I have a few questions for you that we'd like you to share with Embassy Direct readers and viewers. So, Excellency, as DRC's head of mission to South Africa for many years, what would you say are some of the highlights of your experiences in South Africa, both professionally and personally?
Well, it has been a wonderful experience for the last 20 years. But I came to South Africa in 1995 with the United Nations. And then in 2001, I became ambassador. So I've been here almost 26 years. It's like my second home. I would even call it first home because I have lived in South Africa longer than any other country, including in the DRC. So I'm very comfortable here. And during my stay as ambassador, we have established a very cordial relationship with the Republic of South Africa. I came here during the Madiba tenure when I was with the United Nations. And then I worked with all the presidents since then. President Mbeki, Zuma, President Motlanthe, and now President Ramaphosa. So I have worked with all of them. The experience has been wonderful because we established a relationship, very cordial relationship with not only the central government, but also with the people of South Africa. South Africans enjoy going to DRC because we are a country of music, we are a country of fun, but we also offer investment opportunities. You have companies like Vodacom, or Glencore, Kibali. They are producing coltan, which is one of the most strategic minerals in the world. Kibali is producing gold, probably the biggest gold producer in Africa. And we have other mineral resources, which are very strategic for the current and the future technologies. But Congo offers also potential in agriculture because we have big land, 80 million acres of arable land. We have water. We have everything to do agriculture in Congo. But it's not only limited to natural resources. Our most important resource is our people, young people. And most of our population is young, educated, and eager to engage into business, the opportunities for entrepreneurship. So Congo offers everything. President Mbeki used to say that as long as the Congo is sick politically, then we used to have a lot of problems, Africa will never take off economically because Congo is well positioned in the heart of Africa and with natural resources as well as human resources. So it's a country of the future. And we would like to strengthen our relationship with South Africa. The relationship is already excellent, but there is always room for improvement.
You have touched a bit on it, but Ambassador, could you please tell us briefly about the historical background and details of the DRC and South African relations?
Yes, DRC was colonized by the Belgians. You remember the Berlin Conference of 1884-85, when Africa was divided into small pieces. And then in 1960, we got our independence. And we experienced some challenges then, and because our first Prime Minister Lumumba was killed, and so we went into a period of turmoil. But since then, we have tried to embark into a development program so that we can make sure that our people who benefit from the enormous amount of resources that we have. But those resources, we would like to share them with the rest of the continent. For instance, we have an Inga Dam, which is going to be producing electricity, hydroelectricity, to distribute electricity to the rest of the continent. We have a lot of water, as I said earlier, and a lot of African countries are arid, including your own country, South Africa. So we are hoping that one day we can even supply water to South Africa, to Namibia, to the countries that need it. So it's a matter of sharing our resources. South African entrepreneurs, they are very eager to come to Congo to do business. And now we're open for business because Kinshasa, Lumumbashi is 2 hours away from here, southern DRC. Kinshasa is 3.5 hours. So we're not that far. We're basically around the corner, we say. And so we're open for business. Anybody wants to do business in Congo, they just have to contact the embassy, and then we'll direct them properly.
Because that's definitely one of the questions. How would one be able to do that? So the question was, what would be the best way to engage with your embassy for someone who's interested in offering services or products? How would, obviously contacting the embassy as well would be?
Yes, within the embassy, we have an economic unit. And that's what the economic unit does. Promoting investments, taking even those who are not familiar with DRC and its laws and so forth. The economic unit will brief them, and if it needs to be, they can even accompany them to DRC. We take them not only to Kinshasa, the capital city, but to provinces, because all of our provinces, they have opportunities for investment, depending on where it's located. So we can accompany them, or we can direct them in terms of who to see when they land in a province or they land in Kinshasa. They will be welcome. They will be met at the airport and then taken to town and so forth. So that's the work of the embassy.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Ambassador, apart from heading your diplomatic mission in this country, you are also the Dean of Diplomatic Corps. Could you please explain to us what such a role entails and what the responsibilities are?
Yeah. In a typical diplomatic setting, the ambassador that has been there the longest becomes the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps. So the role of the Dean is to be the liaison, the link between the Diplomatic Corps and the South African institutions, the central government in Pretoria, the ministers and so forth, the provinces, the parastatals, even the communities. So I play that role of being the link between the diplomatic community and South Africa. Yeah, it's almost basically almost a full-time job, because you have the biggest diplomatic representation in Africa and the second in the world after Washington, D.C. Yeah, with all the embassies, international organizations, this is the second largest diplomatic representation after Washington, D.C. Wow. So it's being a dean, it's almost a full-time job.
It's a full job.
So when the new ambassadors come to the country, they come to see the dean, so I can brief them on the do's and the don'ts of why you're in South Africa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's nice to have guidance like that, I guess. In relation to investment in your country, could you please let our readers and viewers know what business opportunities currently exist for South Africans? Is there a Chamber of Commerce or trade office in South Africa that one can contact?
Yeah, as I said, the contact is the embassy, because we have an economic unit there, and that's a point of contact. In terms of investment opportunities, those exist in all the sectors of the economy, whether you're talking telecommunication, you're talking the infrastructure, road constructions, whether you're talking agriculture, and also, as I mentioned, the mining sector is the one that is best known. But there are other sectors in Congo where you can do a lot. Now with the new technologies, we are hoping that in some near future, Congo should be able to produce electrical cars, because the ingredients that go to the manufacturing of electrical cars, we have them. Yeah, mineral like coltan. Congo has about 60% of the world production in coltan. So we can actually produce electrical cars if the investors come to Congo. As a matter of fact, my president has asked people, the investors in the electrical car, to come and manufacture cars in Congo, because we are the ones who have those resources that are required to produce electrical cars.
What attractions does DRC offer to tourists, and I guess specifically South Africans? Like you mentioned, dancing. Earlier, South Africans love to dance. And are there any incentives as visa waivers for South Africans?
Yeah, most Africans, when they come to Congo, the first thing they want to explore is our music. Because as you know, we have artists like Kofi Olomide, like Fally Ipupa, and those guys are known worldwide. They are international artists. So we are a country of fun, country of music. There is also a lot to see, because you go to Congo, you can go to the eastern Congo to see the mountain gorillas, which you don't see anywhere else. We have rivers, big rivers. The Congo River is the second largest river in the world after the Amazon in Brazil. Yes. And it's in the Congo. And the people, Congolese are fun-loving people, and they like welcoming foreigners. When you're coming from South Africa, for instance, they look at you not as a foreigner, but as a brother or as a sister. So they are very welcoming people. And that's our main strength, is that the ability to welcome and accommodate our brothers and sisters coming from other parts of the continent.
My last question to you, Excellency. As a seasoned diplomat, do you foresee a bright future for this continent, and what do you think DRC's role will be in it?
The continent has all the ingredients for its children, its people, to have a very wonderful future. Most of the population in Africa is young. So if we take care of our young people through education, training, and so forth, and so on, they can build this continent to be the richest continent in the world, because we have all the resources. And we have human resources as well as natural resources. So all the ingredients are there. And the DRC, being the second largest country in Africa after Algeria, we can accommodate a lot of not only investors, but anyone else who wants to do things in Congo, whether you're doing music, whether you're doing agriculture, whether you're doing whatever you're doing, there's a room in Congo for you to exercise your profession. And what we need to do on the continent, make sure our young people are trained and oriented, so they can acquire the new technologies. We are talking about the fourth industrial revolution. Can we prepare our young people to enter and acquire the knowledge from the fourth industrial revolution? Yes, we can. And that's the attitude we need to instill into our young people, that the element of yes, we can. Everything is possible.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sitting down with us today. I'm pretty sure our readers and viewers have learned a lot about the DRC. Thank you. Thank you very much. That was His Excellency Bene M'poko. Thank you.